Hello everyone, Sukenode with another pathogenic video for you guys. Once again, just running around in the game, or the demo, not the game. The game hasn't come out yet. Demo. But thank you guys for showing up again. Hope you've been having a good day, a good week, a good month. Hope you've been taking care of yourselves and being safe out there. So as you can see, this is the setup I have right now. I have been trying to get more galvanic conduits. And I think this is the first run where I've actually gotten multiple ones. Because usually I will get one that's upgraded to blue, purple, or gold. This is the first time I've just gotten an extra set because I've been wanting to put like I've been wanting to use like multiples of them and have an entire field of them. And I just got this by sacrificing like 5 health bars. I was able to grab a legendary Star of Axiom, which I then paired with this. I bought this from the shop back in the skin area because I'm in the intestine area right now. Picked this up from one of the free upgrades. Got this from the shop as a blue and got another one as a free upgrade. And combined them together, and the Trisome started off with the rare Berserk. Started off with this came from the shop as well. The second set of galvanic conduits also came from the shop, but I didn't have enough to get them. So in order to get them, I had to murder the shopkeep. Because I believe it cost me, it was 15, and as you can see, I only had 13 cores. And that was even after killing the boss, I only had 13 cores. So I was like, oh, so if I want to actually see if I can test this out, I'm going to have to kill the shopkeep early. So that might screw me in the future. But, so I'm going to see if I can get more, hopefully 1 or 2 more of the galvanic conduits will show up so I can put them here and here. Real close to Lightning Emperor build. So let's go ahead into the stomach. And hopefully we will find what we're looking for. I'm still really enjoying this game. Like, I don't play it as much, but that's only because, well, it's a demo and it doesn't have everything. Oh yeah, and then this happens when I the starved Axiom is so ridiculous when you get it going. It is so absolutely ridiculous. The way it I would also, so what I would like to see in the main game as well is more things like the starved Axiom, that when they're empowered or when they take effect, they make your attack organelles and stuff change in some way, whether that's making them bigger and more powerful, maybe whether that is making them do splash damage, you know, what, just some kind of visual change, only because that to me, I like when a synergy happens and then there's an actual visual change that you can see. So, and it might just not be something that can be done. It might be something that's in the cards, but that would be I would really like to see that. I'm also down to my last 2 health, so I need to fucking chill. Damn it. Where's this dummy? Okay. Yes, health and armor. Thank goodness. I would really like to get through this run. I do not want this run to die here. So, okay. Oh, thank you for the DNA. Yep, get wrecked. Okay, so we'll just take the extra health and health and armor again. Nice, nice, nice. So far doing really well, but what build doesn't do well when you have the rare vesicle and the starved Axiom and are actually able to activate it? I don't know if there's a build that doesn't become ridiculous once those two are together. If you guys wouldn't mind getting wrecked, I would appreciate it. Yes. Let's see. I have been getting the hidden doors. I sometimes don't look for them and find them anyway now, which is odd. like, like I was just shooting in that direction. um, let's see. Back up here. That's the boss door. Oh. Trying to be careful of the poison spots that those things leave behind. More health. Nice. Okay, sitting pretty good now on health. Almost full and armor. Still no hidden... Oh, no. Yeah, I accidentally found the hidden door. Okay, don't need to look for that anymore. Cool. Let's... There we go. And over... Ooh. I could, from the random, if I'm lucky, get another set of Galvanics. I want to try. It's probably not wise to do that. What's probably the wisest choice is to go Scavenger's Gland or Mitochondrial Augmentation, because I believe I already have one. Yeah, see, I already have one down here. It was the last one I took. Yeah, it was the last one I took. And then I took max HP. I gained 15 DNA at one point to increase the speed of evolving. Took HP there. That was an evolution. I took 10% extra damage for corrosive damage, and then I took another. Yeah, so yeah. So these are the two I should be. One of these two is what I should be taking, but I want to try for the Galvanic. Didn't get it. Unfortunate, but those are the chances we take. Oh, and there's another heart up here. Cool, and there's a free. Upgrade. Oh, what do I want to upgrade? Yeah. If you have the vesicle and it's not already at legendary, you upgrade the vesicle every time, all the time, over everything else. Because it procs all your organelles twice, which is the most powerful. It's the most powerful ability in the game. I say it all the time every time I get the vesicle. It's just so insane. And it should stay that way, because it's great. Ran into the cloud. I was trying not to. Alright, what do we got? Yes! Finally. And we can get rid of that. Do not need it. Fuck off. I am keeping the rare Niduses. Right now I have these just for movement and speed, but I may not need them if I just decide to use the Niduses. And I probably should. Yeah, let's get rid of those. Put these here and put the Niduses there. And then they'll get a nice buff and whatnot. And because I have the Galvanics, getting 10 attacks and empowering everything is simple now. It's basically automatic at that point. Yeah, see, immediately. And now it works on bosses, which means bosses just die. A frost lightning build. Oh. Wait, the shopkeep is dead, right? Okay, but it still shows up on the map. I was about to say, the shopkeep should be dead. Okay, but the shop will still show up on the map. Okay, fair enough. Alright, that's everything, so off to the boss. Unfortunately, no galvanic weapon. That's unfortunate. Get wrecked. Never stood a chance. Never. These three, right? I could take these out, and these three right here would still wreck the rest of this game. And once again, those of you who've been following these videos, you know I've already done this. Like I've already gotten these two together along with this and by themselves, and they just absolutely annihilate everything in front of them. They don't care. 22 point. Yeah, let's do this. So when I have a bunch of cores, why would you give me I don't want that. What are you doing? What are you doing, game? What are you doing? Don't want any of these. Don't want the galvanic sack either. Because I don't think you can... You can't hook the galvanic sack to anything, I don't think, can you? Oh, it does have overcharge. 20 damage, accumulates a charge every 0.5 seconds. So then it accumulates a charge every 0.3 seconds when overcharged, and it holds 20 charges. But and you have to get like close enough for it to actually go off. Yeah, I don't know if I want that. Like, this is the weakest of the galvanic weapons. Even the shard that only has like a chance to proc is better, especially if you get the galvanic conduits for it, because these hit so often it procs almost all the time. Like, yeah, just keeping this is just better. Yeah. Okay, full health, on to the next. Into the liver. So, hoping in one of these rooms, one of these rewards from the bosses will be another galvanic conduit. I would also like to get the other galvanic stuff, but we'll see. I got the one I least like. So, we'll have to see. But I got no problem... I got no problem taking the Trisome and the Cryosome, I believe it is. Yeah, and the Cryosome. I have no problem taking those out for the other two galvanic or modifiers. Oh. Running into the stupid poison cloud. Not fucking with the spikes. Not right now, anyway. Maybe if I find a lot more armor. Immediately died. Immediately got my 10 hits and immediately died. The boss instantly died. This is not what I wanted. Yeah, but it's not what I wanted, so. No secret room. The shop is empty. Okay. All right. Yes, we're going to take mitochondria augment again. I do not want the Magneto. I still haven't really found something that feels right with that. The Magnetome, I still haven't found anything that seems right with it. And most of my runs fail when I try to use it. When I try to make a build actually work for it, that run almost every time the only time it doesn't fail is when I take it out and replace it with something else. Okay. Nope, don't see it here. And I may have missed it. I'll have to go back and look for the secret room. Attacks explode after dashing. No. I mean, there have to be duds, right? So this is the because for any of you out there who play Magic the Gathering, this is kind of the same issue that I have. Here's the secret door. Um, I don't feel like there have to be bad cards. Cards can be good, but they're always going to be better cards. So it's fine for there to be better options, but the base option shouldn't be bad. Because if you're creating it and it's just outright bad, then it means you made it bad on purpose. And why would you do that? It's like it's I guess a good example would be a good example of this is actually in my build. So we have the Epic Vesicle, and then we also have the Oxyome and the Recuperative Mitochondria, right? Even without the Vesicle, this is ridiculously good. These two together are good. And this is good. Even without this is good as long as it has a mitochondria that procs it consistently. This is good, right? The Vesicle by itself is good without these two. You don't even need these two, and the Vesicle will be good, right? But one is obviously better than the other, correct? So if you come across the Vesicle and you had to choose, you choose the Vesicle over these two every time, hands down. Because the Vesicle is just a better option. But that doesn't invalidate the usefulness of these two. Like, even without this and the Vesicle, this is still probably the best mitochondria in the game so far, in this demo. I don't think any of the other ones are as useful because this one's at least consistent. All the other ones have conditions that you can't always meet in every situation. So it's better. You know, it's the best one. Does that make all the other mitochondria completely useless? No. Even the one that I don't like that you start with, the one where you kill an enemy and then it gets, when you kill something, it then gives you its benefit. It's really useful when it comes to the rooms. It's just not useful with the bosses. And the bosses are the real issue, right? You can get through the rooms. You can take your time, be tactical, get through the rooms. But the boss, you're just stuck in an area and you have to deal with it. And now you have a dead organelle because it doesn't work on the boss. That's why I don't like it. But that doesn't make that organelle bad or useless. But there are some organelles in here that are just, I cannot fathom how they're supposed to work. They seem absolutely useless. And since this is a demo, maybe the reason they're useless is because we don't have access to all the other options. That's absolutely a possibility. But currently, with the information I have, they're absolutely fucking useless. And I'm sitting here like, and this isn't me going, why are they useless? This is a general game thing where it feels like any developer will make things that are bad, not that aren't as good as other things, but are bad in and of themselves. Even if they were the only thing you had access to, you would look at it and go, why would I use this? It's bad, except for the fact that I don't have another option. Because even if you, let's say you had a build and you came across the Vesicle and both of these, I could just decide, well, I don't want to use the Vesicle here. I'd rather just use these because I like it. And because I like it better than using the Vesicle, these still work just as well as the Vesicle. They're not as powerful, but I don't feel like I do not feel like I'm hamstringing myself by going, instead of going with the most powerful option, I have to pick the bad option. If that makes sense. If what I'm saying is making sense at all. It's like, oh no, this is just another good option that if I like it better, I can keep it and I'm perfectly fine. If this makes sense. So that's what always bothered me about that. It always bothered me because Magic the Gathering has it a lot. I'll look at a card and be like, this is just bad. It costs too much. The ability's not good. It has terrible stats if it's a creature. If it's a spell, it might have been at least decent if it was instant speed, but no, it's sorcery. Like, and also I can only do it during, and it's also telling me I'm only able to do it during my upkeep or something like that. And it's like, why would you make a card? Why would you make anything intentionally bad. Because as a developer, you know exactly how your game works. So why would you intentionally make a card bad? Why not just make it decent, and then all the better options are the better options, because they're going to be anyway, because you know how to make a thing better. You know how to make something that in the framework of your game is going to be good or excellent or amazing or just downright broken. So I feel like the floor should be decent, not bad. The floor should be, oh, this is decent, so if I have to use it, I'm good. Instead of, fuck, I can't, this is not what I wanted. And it's like, okay, I might as well have gotten nothing at all. I think we're gonna take mitochondrial augmentation again, just because, yeah, empowering our build. Sorry for that little rant. It just never made sense to me when it came to games, because it's not just card games or games like roguelikes. This happens in every format of game. Fighting games, RPGs, action RPGs, there you will find something that is just useless. So that if it was your only option, you'd be like, I'd be better off using nothing at all. You know, it's like, all right, make that legendary. Yeah, still no more galvanic conduits, which is unfortunate, because we found the first free upgrade, so we've got one more, and it's probably going to be here if this is the last room, and none of the bosses have given me anything that I wanted. And there is, and don't get me wrong, the one that says it explodes things when you dash, I'm pretty sure there is a dash build in here. I cannot consistently get things for the dash build for it to work properly, right? So maybe with that dash build, because you can make yourself, you can lower the cooldown on your dash to almost nothing, to where you can dash constantly, basically infinitely. And you can extend the there are evolutions to extend the invulnerability on your dash. So there being a dash build absolutely makes sense. And that might be what that organelle is for. The problem is for you to think that you're going to get that consistently. Like, you're probably going to get that build to work once in a blue moon. And for those of you out there who might be watching this, if I am wrong, let me know. You may have put the dash build together like maybe you put it together all the time, but those are not the options I get. So let's see, we've got, no, and I didn't get any more of the galvanic organelles either, which is unfortunate. Man, I wonder, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the trisome out. And I'm gonna recycle this. I want to see what the boost does to the clouds, because I don't think I ever have seen it. Not that I can remember. Unfortunately, there's not another room I can test it on. Here, let's go see what's in here. Oh, just cores, and I have nowhere to spend them, but because of that, they're also buffing my damage by, like, how much of a buff am I getting out of that now? 40%. That's the same. I think 40% is the buff you get for being on two. Is the same amount you get from the evolution that gives you a buff when you're down on your last 2 bars of health. I think it's 40 or 44%. But I have nowhere to spend my cores, so do I want to go over here and open this? I guess. I mean, I have the cores to spend. Why not, I guess? Where is the patch? Where? Yeah, I thought I was in the right room. There it is. Sure, it's only 10. Oh, and it's just a shit ton of health. Well, that wasn't worth the decrease in damage. Yeah, that okay, well, that wasn't worth it. I tend to not go in those doors. Lately, they have not been worth it to do so. Okay. And they don't seem to be doing... They don't seem to have really... Yeah, they still just seem to just... They seem to look the same. Okay, so... Yeah, I can see how that... This is alright. The problem with abilities like this isn't a critique of this game. This is a critique of this kind of ability, where it increases damage every second not attacking. The problem with things like this, and I think I had the same thought when I was playing Lies of P with the heavy weapons, if you're going to make something super slow and then give it a buff to its damage in order for you to well, maybe I was about to say in order for it to then do massive damage. I was gonna say that damage needs to either one or two shot everything it hits, because in any kind of fast-paced game, speed is way more is way stronger than, you know, slow high damage, unless the damage is enough to kill the target instantly, right? But I could in this game see the potential for once again a dodge build with invulnerability or just high dodge rate to slowly, you know, 2-3 kill a thing, right? You stop to aim, you lob it, it does like the enemy half the enemy's health, or maybe like a third if the devs don't want to give you that much damage. And then you just continue, and then you're just dodging until you basically reload. But that has always been, I guess because I'm a very active player, I want to be, yeah. And we see this when I'm playing fighting games too. I'm a very active player. If I'm going to be strategic and slow about beating my opponent, then usually I'm going to play, like in a fighting game, that's when I start playing zoners, because I feel like that's what that style is about. It's about just keeping your opponent completely at bay and slowly ticking them down. But if that makes any sense anyway. But let's go ahead, grab that. That is the end of this video. Unfortunately, we didn't get to what I actually wanted, which was to have full galvanic conduits everywhere. And then with this setup, and then go full Lightning Emperor, you know, full Emperor Palpatine, unlimited power. So unfortunately didn't get here. Maybe in another run I will. The biggest issue with making videos for this as a demo is because there are so few rooms to go through. So the reason all of my videos have been starting either in the intestines or in the stomach area is because those are when my build really starts to come together, right? If I start it from early, I have no idea if I'm going to get this, and I've basically already done videos for every other build. So if I just do videos, all you guys are really doing is watching me play the game, but not introduce anything new. You know what I'm saying? I'd mostly be just building. I'd get to in a lot of my plays, I'm building the exact same thing because that's what becomes available to me. But the sort of niche or more rare builds, like getting full galvanic conduits all over the place and then get this stuff put together, it happens once every blue moon. So, and that's not a criticism of the game. That's just an explanation of why these videos start where they do, and and just, you know, what I'm doing when I'm playing the game. I'm trying to find like new ways of actually playing everything, but I don't always get what I need to be able to showcase it. So hopefully that will be completely eliminated once the game comes out in full. But for now, I'm just trying to showcase what I can and what seems to be interesting and cool. And there's a lot of interesting and cool stuff in the game, but I've made like 30 something videos at this point on the demo by itself. So let me go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Continue having a good day, continue having a good week, continue having a good month. Keep taking care of yourselves out there and being as safe as you can. It's getting crazier. And I hate that that's all. I'm looking forward to the video where at the end of it, I'm telling you guys, be a little reckless. It's actually gotten safer out there, but every time I do this video, I've started to realize that I keep saying it's getting crazier because it is. And that's not a good thought. But anyway, I'm getting out of here. You guys take care. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Later.